Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is Creative Craving, and we're working on the chess app again. Where we left off, we had just gotten movement with pieces to work in a basic way. Um, yeah, so that's working okay. But we still have this weird issue where if you pick up a piece and then you place it in the bottom half, it goes to the wrong square. And if you place it in the right half, it goes to the wrong square. But if you place it in the top left, it works fine. I wonder about bottom left. Bottom left is also broken. Okay, so we need to fix that. And for that, I think the easiest way is going to be log messages. We did talk about, yeah, our plan was to do this. Oh yeah, we need to do that too. You know what? This is going to be a lot of fun. I think let's do this first. I'm going to enjoy this task a lot. Replace hitbox inner with rect. And I'll show you how valuable that is. Like, here's the basic issue. If we go here, we can see this type rect has the x and y coordinate and the width and height. It's very communicative. It really tells you exactly what it means. Versus if we look at the hitbox inner type, it's just 4 numbers. You don't know what it is. It's actually representing the same data, but you don't know that. So I'm going to have AI fix that for me and see how that goes. Yeah. Okay. So first things first, I got to remember what the AI panel looks like. Okay, so replace every usage of hitbox inner. Wait, first things first, let's take this type rect and move it here. Boom. Now then here where we're using rect, oops, we're going to import that. Great, because it's more of a basic thing. Replace every usage of hitbox inner with rect. The first elements of hitbox inner correspond to properties of rect like this. Hopefully AI can figure this out. X, Y with height. Okay, let's see what it does. We're finally getting to use AI a little bit. So here we're replacing it. Okay, we did this in type. So wow, there's a lot of text here. We're looking at board canvas as well, although I'm not seeing these changes quite yet. Okay, we're in agent mode, so it should have done it. Oh, here we go. I can see now. I was expecting to change it to red. I don't know why. So this looks fine, but I want to approve this one last after everything else is approved. Oh, I was expecting it to show up here. Oh, I see. Okay, got it. I don't really care about imports so much. We'll get those right. Okay, so rect. I really need to have, let's get rid of this. Let's do this again. I expected more to change, to be quite honest with you. Okay, yeah. Okay. This is wrong. It used the wrong values here. Yes, it did. Oh, no, it didn't. I'm looking at the top one. The top one is exactly right. The bottom one, yes. Okay. Fine. Okay, yeah, we're not, yeah, we're gonna keep this part, rect. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. Keep, that's fine. That's fine. Yes. So the nice thing about using TypeScript is this should all type check. Okay, now let's look where we used rect. There's one thing I want to change. Colon rect. Here we go. This needs to be formatted differently. There we go, like that. Perfect. All right, now we're ready to commit. It's nice having AI do that stuff for you. I know, I said I was going to use AI to help me with this, and you guys see me not using it that much at all. The truth is, AI really, it's not always as helpful as you might want it to be. It's not as helpful as you'd hope it. It's not as helpful as you'd hope it to be, unfortunately. But it does add a little bit of productivity here and there. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you don't care about correctness or maintainability, then you can use AI to do something quickly and turn out a lot of code quickly, a lot of functionality, I should say, quickly. But if you care about maintainability and you care about what the code looks like and you have style and design considerations, like it's just difficult for AI to keep all that in mind and do everything correctly. So, yeah. I suppose if I had a large portfolio with a lot of items in it, I could just point to my other portfolio items and be like, do it like that, please. But I don't have that. I have a bunch of unfinished projects on hard drives I've thrown away, so that's where we be. Maybe the new me will, maybe the best version of me that I imagine is going to is going to train AI on a large collection of code projects. Okay, so. But that will be another day. Refactor usages, all usages of hitbox inner to rect instead. Rect is more descriptive since it has property names for every value. Yeah. Okay. Great, so that's something we can check off our list. I really want this on every, okay, it's complicated trying to move this around. Boom, done. And the next thing we're going to do is work on this bug. Yes. I was thinking about trying to ignore it, but honestly, it's just difficult to. Oh, now, okay, let me reload. It seems like things aren't working at all. Okay. Now, here's my question. What happens if I click at the bottom part and then click here? Now, the interesting thing is I can click on the bottom left and it picks the right piece. And then when I go to place it, it places it in the wrong spot. So that's very interesting. The off by one error is only affecting one thing more than the other. So that's yeah. So handle piece movement. Thought it was handle move piece, but that doesn't English very well. Okay, get rid of AI for now. Where's our problem? Okay, so if there's something selected already, that seems to be when our problem is happening. Get index from render position is called here. We're not using hitboxes for this, so this is a completely different scenario. Okay. Let's drill into this. Okay. Okay, so I feel like offset from canvas is correct. And the reason I say that is because everything past this if statement is working properly using offset from canvas. So I feel like at a gut check level, we've already debunked one theory. This is correct. I think we can assume it's correct until we dig in further and prove otherwise. So with that assumption, we're going to we're going to assume this function is what's wrong. So yeah. Unfortunately, we're going to have to move a lot of pieces, I guess. Oh, I got a better idea. Let's do this code here. we're going to do it every single time, even if we don't need that. Console.log. Reverse index. I love using these. Okay, I love interpolation. Clicked index. Actually, you know what I love even better? Yes. This is way better. Offset from canvas. There we go. We'll just use those two. And we're going to have the log message a lot. We have a lot of other log messages, though. We don't need this one anymore, I don't think. Well, let's warn about it. And I'm not worried about that anymore. That was another issue we were debugging that we figured out. So let's change those two. We probably should do a commit for that. And then when we reload this, those aren't valid warnings. Because we're searching every square, we're not searching for every piece. Okay, we got the piece hitboxes. Oh, here's where we're logging it. There we go. Let's get rid of all our previous log messages. Okay, it feels like we're empty now. We just got the built-in React nastiness. Okay, so let's click here. Now this says the offset is 18, which would be here. And now it says 9. If I click here, it says 17, which would be here. And now it says 9. If I click here, it's 10. We're going to have 10 again. Okay, so very clearly the clicked index is wrong. But the offset from canvas, as far as I know, is right. Oh. Could it be something to do with these, could it be a rounding issue? Okay, so let's figure that out. Let's investigate that further. Offset. Let's look here. Yeah, there we go. Where's our logging? Okay. Offset from, JSON.stringify. There we go. Let's stringify it and start over. Let's particularly look at the ones where it's wrong. And to be honest with you, I don't even need to click on a piece here. This is the correct one. Okay, it should say 10. I'm expecting 18. It should still say 10. Okay, what's the difference there? Well, okay. So the second number is mostly, the second number isn't involved, right? The y coordinate isn't involved. It's the x coordinate, clearly. 293, 435. So I think it is a rounding issue. This is 10. But it's sort of a rounding issue, but it's not base 10. It's not like rounding to 1 decimal point or to 0 decimal points. It's rounding to the size of the square, cell size, which I think is 256, I guess. So something about our algorithm is off. All right, let's just kind of do a gut check here. We have our render position coming in. We probably should round it. We have XPX. Okay, we're rounding after we apply the offset. I don't really see a problem with that. Do we need to floor it? Is that the issue? Okay, error round tripping. That's good information. You know, I wish this error message would actually tell me both values. I'm just going to ignore it for now. Okay. 2. That part works. 2. Suddenly it's working, but we have an error round tripping. So I need to look at those in more detail. Round tripping. Okay. Okay, index. Actually, let's do it this way. Round trip index, render position, xpx, ypx. Okay, let's keep that up and go for round tripping again. I probably could ask AI to do this part for me, but then I'd have to debug it. So, round trip index, okay, render position. Okay. Sometimes you wonder if it takes longer to explain to AI what you want than it does to do it. Especially in simple cases like this. Okay, there are only 3 places, I think, right? Syntax looks good. Okay. Now when the error goes, we'll see more information. Oh, geez. Okay. Well, apparently the apparently the error message is not very helpful. Okay, let's do json.stringify. Actually, yeah. Let's use AI for this. For every round tripping assert, wrap the object literal in json.stringify with an indent of 2. Let's see if it does the right thing. Okay, that looks about right. I'm not really looking at the whole thing. Oh, it did that. Okay, it added JSON.stringify, but didn't mark it as, oh, maybe I just skipped that part. Okay, I see. I skipped it. Okay. Great. Now let's take a look. Reload. Okay, good. Let's start over. Reload. Okay, let's just take a look at some of these. Round trip index 24, index of 32. So where is 32? 32 is right. 32 is right here where the king is. All right, the render position was 1049 and 25. I don't really remember how far along that should be. The math should be relatively easy. What was it doing at the time? It was painting a piece. Okay. That's what happens at 3:15. This is at 25. I mean, okay. Well, I don't know what's wrong here, quite honestly. I must be using the wrong kind of coordinates for this. Well, I recall that I added this round tripping thing to help alert me to any issues. And it turned out not to alert me to issues. And now that I fixed the, well, yeah, and now that I fixed the issue, it's alerting me. So maybe, okay, let's see. Where am I actually using it? I'm using it for handle piece movement. I'm using it here only for round tripping. Using here for round tripping. Okay, where am I round tripping? Let's think about that first. We're doing it here at line 227, paint square. We're doing it here at 315. And we're doing it here at 373. Okay, so which of those are causing errors? 315 and 373. Looks like those are the only ones. It looks like the 225 one, whatever, is just working perfectly fine. Okay, so that's weird, right? It's working sometimes and not others. It could be that I have the wrong stuff going on here. Okay, let's look in more detail here. Is it Control G? Yeah, 315. We want to set a breakpoint. We want to make it conditional for when the asserters are wrong. Exactly. It remembered from last time, I guess. Okay, I don't need that one. Control G, 373, I think. Yes. Set a breakpoint. Condition for when index. Yep, it remembered. Great. Curious, it didn't remember the breakpoints. It remembered the conditions, though. Whatever, that's good enough. Okay, so let's reload. Painting a piece. Which piece are we painting? This is... Come on. Piece position. King. Okay, we're painting the king. On square 32. Oh, it's too bad we don't have the indexes right away, but it's going to be right here, obviously. You can see we painted half. Oh, that's interesting. All of these pieces painted without failure. It's only the king now that's failing. Now that's absurd. I mean, when we got so many failures, I just kind of assumed they were all failing. Okay. So round trip index is 24. I really need to see the indices, though, in order to make sense of this. I think what I'm going to do is change it to paint those first. Paint indices. Let's see where it's being used. Let's just do that first, after we painted squares. Okay. Actually, let's do it twice. I don't think that's been causing any issues. Paint indices. Let's reload. Okay, good. Oh, wait. Okay, I did get the errors this time. It just didn't hit the breakpoint. Oh, I know why it didn't hit the breakpoint. I know why. Yeah, we need to move this. Is there a way to take the breakpoint and move it? Guess not. Have to move it manually. Okay. Let's go to the other one. Okay. Okay. Paint indices. Oh, so this one's having assert issues too. I didn't realize that. We're encountering those sooner because we're now painting it sooner. Okay, I'm just waiting for this to catch up. Oh, I get it. I can't mouse over the type and get things to work. I have to mouse over the actual value. Okay, that was confusing me. Okay, I got it. Okay, sorry. Excuse me a minute. Okay, exposition. Let's see. What is the round trip index? 0. The index is 1. Now that's weird. Why is the index 1? We're literally painting index 0. So why is the index 1? Oh no, we've already painted index 0. We're now painting 1. Got it. Okay, round trip index is 0. It's getting... Okay. Render position. 12.8. 4 point now. Now this is a position where we need to know the size of things. Just do some math. Inspect 2048 squared. Okay, and 2048 divided by 8. Okay, 256. So each cell is 256 wide. Okay, now those are just from a previous run. I'm going to clear this so we can start fresh from here. Okay, so always on top. Need it to be smaller. There we go. Perfect. What about, is there a simple? Okay, well that's the same size, so we may as well keep it advanced. Oh, I'm learning something about my calculator. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is ideal. Okay, so anyway, let's look at our render position. We have 12, which puts us in the first column, and we have 494. So 494% 256, does that help us? 494 mod 256. That's not what I wanted, actually. 256 times 2 is 500. What? 256 times 2 is 512. There we go. Okay, so this is between 1 and 2. 494 divided by 256. This is what we want. So, okay, it floors to 1. What about 200 divided by 256? This floors to 0. So, I feel like this should be working. Get index from render position. I guess I just need to set an index inside. Like I said, I need to set a breakpoint inside here from this point forward. But first, let's get a feel for it. Let's figure out which ones are failing, and then we'll go back through it again. Okay, so we go all the way down. Oh, interesting. All of these succeeded. Now we're on this one, which is 9. 9 is failing. And the round trip index is 8. Okay, it's one less than it should be. Now we have 16 failing. And the round trip is 8. That's a bit weird. Now it's, okay, 16, 17, 8. That's really weird. 18, 10. Okay. I had AI write this code. I'm wondering if I should have AI solve it. I don't think so, because it's too tricky for me to try to explain it to the AI. Like, how do I... The thing about AI is you need to give it clear acceptance criteria that it can then test. And I can't have it run my program in the console and figure out if it trips the assert or not. Like that's something it can't do. If it could do that, that would be a wonderfully easy way to express the problem. So here's what we're going to do instead. Let's get index from render position. That's here, I think. Nope. Close. Try this again. Get index from render position. Let's go there. Oh, we're already there. Okay. Let's set our breakpoint here, I guess. Where's the rounding? Is it indexed to? It's in here, indexed to XY. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay, let's go here. So let's look at what we got. Our X is 0 and our Y is 0. So this is going to give it, you know what? Before we even go any further, we need to get more information. Okay. Extract constant. Result. Okay, hang on a sec. Okay. So now let's set a breakpoint here. Step 1, we got a result of 0. Our render position is, you know what, let's set some watches. Result. And also x comma y. Oh, come on, do I have to stringify it? Okay. Let's make this wider then. Now this is one where it's succeeding, right? This is before it starts failing. But I want to go ahead and get my watches in and try to get some, make sure I can understand the behavior when it's succeeding too. XPX, let's try just JSON.stringify render position. Did I misspell it? If anything, I misspelled stringify. String 50. There we go, okay. And then it's 0, 0. Yeah, the math is really simple here. So what I'm gathering is in the top left corner of the square. Oh, I think I might understand why it's only affecting some things. It's not affecting it when it's in the, it depends on where you're rendering to, where your thing, where the top left corner of your thing is. I can't explain yet why only some indexes are affected, but I feel like we're getting there. Offset I don't think is important for this. Yeah, I don't really care about offset. Okay, so here we've got, it's working properly, right? We're pulling in this render position. We're getting this result back, and here's the intermediate value. Let me take the intermediate value and put it below, because otherwise I'm going to get confused. Okay. Let's go again. 0 to 56. Okay, that's right. 0, 5, 12, that's right. Okay, so I want to take this breakpoint, and then I want to turn it off for now. What we're going to do is just skip the first error. Oh, interesting. Now it's failing in the first one. Okay, maybe I just somehow skipped this breakpoint on the first one. Now let's try again. Okay, this is in, let's see, we can close those, close breakpoints. We don't care about scope. Call stack. This is in paint indices. Okay. The result is 2. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Last time it failed on number 1, right? Now it's failing on 2. Interesting. It's not consistent where it fails. Okay, interesting. This is in the first column, which is 0. Okay, that makes sense because it's less than 256. Okay. Let's do some math here. 750 divided by 256 is 2.92. 750.592 divided by 256, 2.93. I'm not really seeing a big difference between these two numbers. I mean, the rounding, any issues with the rounding, this would round up to 93. Right, these are both going to round the same way down to here. To here. The only difference I could see is if you're trying to round here. But they're both going to floor the same way. Yeah. I'm struggling to understand where there's a problem here. Okay, but let's do some calculations manually. 12 minus 12. So 0 divided by this. Then we have 750 minus 238. Oh, I need to take this into account. Yeah. I need render position minus offset here. So let's do it differently. Let's do xpx minus x off. Oh wait, this is just our xy. 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. Quite honestly, this is right. This is the correct value. It's in column 0, and it's in row 2. 0, 1, 2. Column 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's in. This part is right. So the only part that's wrong is the index to y. Okay, I've just managed to save myself a lot of time. Sometimes index to xy to index is wrong. Okay. Okay, so let's look for the symbol. X, Y to, oops. Really? Let me try to find it manually. Here it is. Okay. Well, let's look here while we calculate from the other spot, I think. X times 8 plus Y. Oops. Okay. Let's do some math here. X times 8. Okay. X times 8 minus Y. Well, the result is 2, so did I mess something up here? Am I thinking? I'm so confused right now. Okay. Plus Y. Plus Y. Plus Y. Isn't it 0, 1? You know what? That's the correct index as well. Okay, so that one's correct. Okay, I don't know why I thought it was wrong. Not available. Oh, we need to get away from here. Oh, we don't need that breakpoint. Okay, so this one should be 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. I mean, we can quickly look at that, right, to see if it's right or not. I think that's what we're going to do. 4 is right. 5 is right. 6. We should see 7, and then 8. Okay, now we're seeing 8 twice in a row. Here's an interesting one. I probably should back up to 8 again. Let's reload. Yeah, stop. Reload. Okay. Now we don't want to see this every single time. Breakpoint. Disable this one for now, and then keep going. Boom. Okay, so index 1, index 0. Okay, that's interesting. So that one's failing. Let's keep going. But it's still placing it in the right spot, which is kind of weird. Right, it's weird for that to work. It's like weird for one of those things to work and the other not. Oh no, that's right. That's right, because it's not relying on this code path to do that. It's just a double check. That's right. We were just round tripping it. We're intentionally doing extra work. Yeah, here. Round tripping. Here we're intentionally doing extra work to catch errors. We don't rely on this work here. We're just using this instead of a test case, basically. Okay, so this one should be 2 and is 2. Okay, should be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we remember 8 failed the second time. Here we got 1, 0. The next one should be 1, 1. Okay, so the problem is in this function. Okay, let's think about it. First of all, what is... Wait, let's go here. You know what, we can get rid of this stuff. We don't really need that, and we can make this smaller. Okay, perfect. What is offset? Okay, there's an offset. So the column is correct, it's just the row that's off for this calculation. So, okay. Um, 494.592. Let's do this. XPX, no, YPX. There we go, minus Y off. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Clearly, that's supposed to be 256. Okay, so we're running into more floating point issues. And when you round it, it works. For this particular thing, it works. Oh, I just realized, you know, the behavior we're having, where if you clicked on the top left quadrant, it would pick the right square. If you if you clicked on the top right quadrant, it would pick this square. And if you picked the bottom left quadrant, it would pick this square. But if you pick the bottom right quadrant, it would pick this square. That was all thanks to rounding. If you're above 50%, it rounds to the next square. That's the problem with rounding. So we know that we need to floor here. But this is the issue we had before. And we haven't solved it because rounding doesn't work. We need to floor. How do we deal with this? I mean, this is just wild, right? YPX, Y off. Right, like 494.592, 238.592. And when you subtract them, you get a floating point error. It's subtraction. What if I do this? 0.592 minus 0.592. That works. Okay. I don't want to round the position because that's going to cause more error issues. I certainly can't round the offset. Maybe rounding to the nearest pixel makes sense, actually. Come to think of it, maybe that's okay. Think about it. Imagine you click somewhere and it's off by 1 pixel. You're just going to think you did it wrong. You're just going to move over again, and you're, as a human, you're not going to be able to figure it out down to that level of precision. So I think rounding to 1 pixel might be fine for both of these. Although that, having said that, that means we could be off by a maximum of 2 pixels, right? Or like basically 98% of a pixel, right? That's the maximum we could be off, something like that. Or what would that be? Excuse me. 0.99 times 2. Yeah, 1.98. There, we could be off by 1.98 pixels, right? Theoretically. But we're not going to have this crap. I think I can live with being off by 2 pixels if it gets me out of this land. So I need to round and then floor. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Like, here I was thinking there was some problem with my algorithm. The only problem is I'm trying to use JavaScript for math. Evidently, it's not designed for that. Math.round. Here. This is a perfect use of AI. Okay. Round XPX, YPX, and X off, Y off before subtraction. Looks good. Okay, perfect use of AI. Oops. Now then. Oh boy, okay, I really got confuzzled. Let's get rid of the calculator for now. Let's get rid of this breakpoint, but let's keep the console, or let's keep the assert breakpoints, right? Reload. Look at that! The whole thing rendered with no assert issues. Oh my god, wow. What happens if I click here? Interesting. So I'm not clicking. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's interesting because if you click close to the pawn, but not on it, it still counts. Like, what if I click here? That obviously isn't on the pawn, but it counts. Yeah, it's because of the way the grid's working. It's also because pawns are kind of a small piece, right? Like if I click inside here, it's really hard to tell. But like anyway, it's because every one of these pieces from the hitbox of each of these pieces is a square, which mostly is blank space. Like it's mostly blank space, but you can still click on something. It's fine. It's not an issue. All right, so we solved that bug. Oh my goodness, wow. How much code do we change? Okay, remove. I'm probably going to remove that. I don't know what's going on here. Oh yeah, I see what's going on there. Okay, I got it. I'm going to undo that change. This is something we're logging more than we were before. We're going to undo this. We're going to keep this, but not do it right now. Okay. Remove logging. Remove debug logging. Okay, get rid of this change and that change. All right, I think I can get rid of this too. Nope, nope, nope. Yes, 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 nope. Developer experience. Add more info to asserts. Add contextual info. There was no contextual info. Now what's left? This part. I'm debating leaving that result like that. I don't like it that way, but it's great for debugging. Sometimes it's necessary. Bug get index from render position. JavaScript floats. Math is weird. Rounding the result of xpx minus x off fixed one issue but created another. The fix for both issues, if we don't round, we end up with weird values like 255.999999, which clearly should be 256, should be the integral 256. If we round the result, what do you call it? Okay, let me ask AI here. Hang on. I think it's called a difference. Let me just double check. Is AI just going to take forever to load? Okay, so name the parts of a subtraction problem. Okay, menu end, subtracting, okay, difference. Rounding the difference, here we go. The fix, if we round the difference, if we don't round at all, but get treated like 255. Will get treated like 255. If we round the difference, then selecting then clicking in different quadrants of a square, a cell, let's just call it a cell, will be identified as different cells. E.g, clicking in the top left quadrant works. Clicking in the bottom right quadrant, this should be IE, it shouldn't be EG. I.E, click in the bottom right quadrant, selects the cell +1 row and +1 column from the correct cell. Okay. The fix for both issues the combined fix to round each value individually to avoid weird edge cases, and then to floor everything to avoid those quadrant issues. The worst case scenario, I think, is of the new code is for it to be off by something like 1.98 because it rounded the XPX and the X off both in the same direction. Direction by almost. The worst case error of the new code is to be off by 1.98 pixels because it rounded whenever it rounds, whenever it rounds the XPX and the X offset both in the same direction by almost a full. Now that I'm thinking about it, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. By about 0.90 pixels, whenever it rounds the XPX and the X offset both in the same direction by almost half a pixel. For example, if, XPX equals 54.51, X off equals 3.51. Rounding error, here we go. True difference equals, I'm not going to math it myself. I could use Vim to do the math actually, but we're not going to do that either. 54.51 minus 3.51. True difference is 51. Rounded difference equals 54 minus 3. I just realized it's going to be the same. Let's try 4.9. Maybe, yeah. 54.51 minus 54.51. Almost time to go. Okay. I think this is all we're doing today, but we got something good done. 54. Got something. We can feel good about this. 54.51 minus 3.49. 51.02. Oh, okay. So seems like we're not going to be off by that much, actually. 54 minus 3 is Let's do this, 99. Well, okay. 54.99 minus 3.49. Trying to maximize the difference here. 54.99 minus 3.01. Actually, 3.0. Yeah, okay. The most it can be off by is 99 pixels. 99% of a pixel. Okay, let's do 54.99 minus 3.0. 3.0. True difference is 51.99. Rounded difference is 51. If the user's click misses the mark by 1 pixel when it shouldn't have, chances are they won't notice. So this error margin is good enough. We're writing a chess app, folks. We do not need to solve floating point to get this done. Oh my goodness. Apparently we do. We have to deal with floating point issues. It's not even accumulated rounding issues. It's just a single subtraction of a particular value. Oh my goodness. Floating point is so messed up. Okay. Let's use p-adic arithmetic already for things. Okay. That's all we're getting done today. But, you know, that was a big one. That was kind of a strange one, too. It was really, hang on. Yes, chess app. There we go, chess app. We got that done. Okay, as far as we're concerned, we got the beg list done. What are we going to do next time? I looked today and I considered what I kind of want to work on. Okay, we did that. I kind of want to work on sending move events, but I realized that's going to need me to do some research. I need to find an event handling API and implement it. Like, it's just not one of those things I focus on, right? Although, I don't know, like, you don't have to use events, right? I wanted to use events just to showcase it, but it's going to take a lot of research. Maybe I won't. Maybe, you know what I could do is use context. React.dev site. I think I'll use context instead. Yeah, this is what I'm going to use. Create context, use context. Yep. Next time, okay, we're going to get rid of this. Next time we're going to work on sending, receiving, move events. Use context, not events. And let's make a link right here. So I don't forget what it means. And boom. That's going to be more than enough for next time. We need to build a new component, and we need to share some stuff between the two. I think, like, yeah, we could have events and stuff, but, like, do we really need it? I don't know. Maybe we do. Maybe we do. Well, heck, maybe we use AI to figure out best practices for that. Or use AI to explore. Let's do this. Okay, backup solution, right? Here. Backup solution. The first thing we're going to explore, yes. First thing we're going to do here around this next series, I guess this next mini-series, explore the best way to do it with true event handling framework. Use AI to expedite exploration. Turns out I need to know how to spell. Expiate, no. There we go. Okay. I'm leaning, well, I mean, using a shared context is fine, but I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of munging of state. And really what I want is message passing, right? So it kind of feels like events is the right thing to do. Because what I want to be able to do, my vision is to have, oh gosh, there's another bug I need to fix. Let's put this at the top of the list, actually. The next bug we need to fix is alignment of the width, height management of the canvas. That is support full screen, wider screens. That's a big one we need to do. We might have to do it next time, unfortunately. We might have to just go ahead and do that. But like this is not going to work. I need to be more robust than this. You see how it's scrolling? It should just fill the page, but no, it's scrolling. It only works when the width of the page. It works fine when the width of the page is narrower than the height, but as soon as the width gets larger, we get a scroll bar. So that's something I need to fix. Okay, that'll be next time. Let's get this back to half. There we go. Yeah, I probably do that next time, honestly. So width, height bug. And then, yeah, we'll see what we can do about events and let's see if AI can give us a quick handle on that. So, yeah, because we don't need anything special. It's just a chess app. We don't need anything too special. Anyway, there we go. That's our plan for next time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the fact that now this works properly, right? Hecha! So I think it's really cool that we started today with a bug that was confusing me. I had no clue what was wrong with it. I didn't know why it was happening. And we narrowed it down, we found the source of the issue, and we corrected it. And I also think it's cool that, you know, I took one of the worst parts of this JavaScript language, or really almost any language, which is floating point handling, and managed to work around it. Now, in JavaScript, it's particularly bad because you don't have access to integers. You only have floating point arithmetic. You don't have any choice but to use that. In this case, we're dealing with screen coordinates and stuff, though. So even if we were using Rust, we'd still be using floating point most likely. So maybe we'd have a similar solution, quite honestly. Anyway, yeah, I think it's cool how we managed to deal with floating point. And yeah, boom. Checkmate, baby. We got that problem solved. All right. Catch y'all next time. And yeah, hopefully it won't be too long. So.